Hey y'all. Hey, this is Jelisha. I appreciate you being here. This is my channel, Black Woman Fly. I'm a speaker and a writer, and this is all about sharing my truth of leaving my corporate job of 9 years and just pursuing my passions, which is writing and speaking and trusting my intuition and seeing where God has for me. So if you're new here, thank you for being here. If you are a subscriber, if you saw my last video, I'm grateful for every comment. I'm grateful for every subscription. I'm grateful for every follow. I'm grateful for every share. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I actually want to piggyback because I read a lot of the comments, and there were a couple comments that were offering advice about not selling my home. And I might regret that like 10-15 years down the line, have somebody move in. And I want to talk about that because I think having a home is a trap, and I think it's a lie, and it's not for me. So let's talk about it, because I got a home in 2020. It's a new build. I got it when I was 31 years old. What a gift to be able to get a home. I am single. I'm not married. At the time that I got the home, I was making about $60,000 a year at my job annually. I don't even know how I got the home. I've been manifesting it. I have been praying on it, and it happened. But even as I got the home, I had deep anxiety. I didn't want to actually move forward, but I thought this is the next step because this is the American dream. Everybody wants a home. I'm going to be the first person in my family to actually have a home. I can be able to have my mom move in. What if I meet a man? What if I have children? But I didn't want a home because I didn't want to live in Texas. I didn't want to feel like I was tied down somewhere, and I really didn't want the responsibility. But by this point in 2020, the pandemic had happened. My mom had been living with me for over 3-4 years at this time. I didn't have the guts or the conviction or the honesty to be honest with her that I wanted to go our separate ways. And I remember my mom always kept saying, you need a house, you make enough money to get a house, you should get a house, it's an asset. And I had been doing research because I went through a spiritual awakening. And so I thought, okay, having a house is an asset. Okay, I want to build wealth. Okay, let's do this. But I was making $60,000 a year, but I had never had to pay almost $2,000 a month in mortgage. I had never had to pay so many bills on my own by myself, adding on to poor management skills of money that I'm still learning or unlearning. And I just dove right in. I thought this is going to be the greatest thing ever. I'm grateful that I've been blessed with the house. I'm grateful that I have a home, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. But within the first 2 years, I realized that this was not for me. I don't want to have to take care of anything in this house. I don't want to have to be responsible for anything. I like apartments. I like renting places and being able to leave. I don't want to have to do those things. And my mom had been living with me, and she felt while she was staying with me, she'll clean, she'll do all these different things so that I don't have to do it. But my mom should live her own life, and I didn't want her taking care of me or taking care of my own house. I'm grown. And so that was frustrating in itself. But she was like, this is an investment. And I absolutely hated it, but I just kept plugging down because I thought, well, now you got the house, you got the mortgage. This is a $230,000 house, and who gonna pay for it? You gotta pay for it. So you gotta stay at your job. Even though you hate your job, you need to stay at your job because there's no other option for you. You can't tell your mama to leave. You can't. So you need to buck her down. So I buck her down. I put away my passions. I just thought I could coast. I worked from home, which is the greatest setup. I mean, the pandemic happened, I was working from home. I thought this is amazing. But I realized that the American dream is a lie. It's dead. I don't own this home. I won't own this home for another 25, 30 years. I won't own it. It's easier for someone to say, rent it out, get property management, but I don't want the responsibility. I don't want any of it. I don't want to have that at all. I want to be released from it. This was a choice I made. I made it because I thought this is the right thing to do, even though my gut was saying, you don't really want this. But I ignored my gut and I went for it anyway. And I made a choice, and that choice showed me, okay, this is not what you really want. And so I could either stay in it or I can choose to release it. And what I'm doing my soul right now, my spirit says release. This is no longer working for me. And I'll tell you something else is that the end of last year, because I was so deeply depressed and I was so angry, I was resentful, especially my mom, even though it wasn't her fault. I was resentful because I didn't want to work at my job anymore. I did not want to live in this house. I felt stuck. And I was trying to blame it on other people around me when it wasn't my mom's fault. It was nobody else's fault but my own. And it's not even my fault. It was just that I didn't have the gumption or the courage or the faith in myself to believe that I was worthy of something different or that I could change the situation I was in. So I was emotionally eating. I was struggling with body dysmorphia. I was binge eating. I was purging. I come from a history of eating disorders. So I was purging like crazy. I was sneak eating DoorDash every night. I was emotionally spending. So I was charging up my credit cards. And I wasn't buying like material things. I was buying food every day. I gained about 20, 25, 30 pounds last year. I was just very, very sad, very angry. I couldn't get out the bed unless I had to go to work, and then I would get back in the bed. I was isolating. I've been isolating. Well, I'm not isolating now, but I was isolating previously for about almost 2 years. I've just been very down. So last year, at the end of last year, I made a decision. Like, I was okay, I'm going to start cleaning out the 2 rooms in my house that are available, and I'm going to rent them out because I want to be free a little bit financially because I'm tired. I'm paying everything and I'm tired. And the funny thing is, I was nervous about renting the rooms out, but I cleaned out the rooms. I was about to start like putting posts up for renters, and then one of my friends, she was having money trouble, and I told her, well, you can rent here if you want to. I said it as a joke, but this is how alignment works. She came back like 2 weeks later, were you serious? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I was serious. And so she went ahead and said she wanted to rent out a room. About 2 days later, she offered another renter to rent out the other room. And I thought, wow, this is alignment. Oh my gosh. So then I had 3 renters, including my mom. And I was like, the 2 women moved in February of this year. And I thought, I'm immediately going on leave on FNLA. Okay. And that's exactly what I did. I went on FNLA and short-term disability for my job starting in March of this year. And I'll make another video about that because that process in itself is the reason why I quit my job. And I realized that corporate America is not for me. But I had some help financially and I could breathe a little bit, and I had time to try to work on myself and to rest. But then there was conflict in the house with my mother, which eventually led to me asking her to move out. And she moved out in August of this year. One of the women also moved out, and so I only have one woman still renting out a room right now, and she should be moving out in February. Now, initially I thought when both of the 2 women moved out, including my mom, I thought, okay, I can go ahead and rent out these other rooms. I'll just keep renting them out. I'll travel. I'll go here. But then I sat with myself. I meditated. I've been praying. I've been really just listening to me. And I realized this chapter is done. I want no ties. I want no ties. And it could seem like an investment. It can seem like this is a good asset to have a house, to have a home. But when you feel burdened, when a chapter has closed and you're done with that chapter and you want to move forward and you want to close that door, you have to close it. I've lived a life where I have done things and made decisions because I thought that's what I was supposed to do, or I've done things and made choices, like big choices. Getting a house is a huge, major choice. I did this because I thought that would make my mama happy. I did this because I thought it would make me seem put together materialistically. I have my stuff together. I am stepping up in the world because I have a home. Oh my gosh. Oh, I really have made it. I can pay rent. I mean, I could pay mortgage at a home by myself. I'm Miss Independent. I'm that chick. But reality is this: I got real bills. Real bills. Something goes wrong in this house, it's on me, honey. If repairs needs to be done, it's on me. The yard needs to be worked on now. And who don't want to do this? I don't. I'm not that person. I've never been that person. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, and that's okay. And I don't want my mom to do it. I don't want the next person that's living here to. I don't want none of this. I don't want any of it. Oh, you can hire a property man. I don't want. Take my name off of this. I made a choice. I manifested. I pray for this, but I know it no longer suits me, and so this door has to be closed. I don't believe in American dream. I believe that it could be an asset when it's paid off, or you can also take equity out of it. You can also sell it and invest and buy other property, or choose to do something else with your life. That's what I'm going to do. I'll invest. I'll choose to do something differently. But this has to be closed. This door has to be closed. It's no longer for me. And 10, 20 years from now, I could be like, dang, you should have did that. You should have did this. But at this moment, I'm going to honor my spirit. I can no longer be here. And there are signs that I can no longer be here. To me, this place has been, I'm grateful. Every morning I wake up grateful for my house. But this place has aided in my depression in a lot of different ways. And it has helped me be a recluse from everyone else, isolate from everyone else. It is so claustrophobic, and it's just not me. I'm a minimalist. I don't need much. I don't want much. And I do desire to be financially free. I do desire to be secure. And I do desire to live a life of freedom and of joy. But I don't want much. I'm not the person that cares about status and appearing a certain way to people and looking like I have it all together, because I don't. Having this house made me look like I had it together while I'm struggling, while I'm in debt, while I'm depressed, while I want to hurt myself, while I want to wish that, I had never done this, wish that I had chosen differently, wish that I can give it up, snap my fingers and it'd be all gone. Now I have to be an adult, a grown woman, and own up to decisions I've made, be grateful for every step of my journey, learn from these experiences, but decide I don't want this anymore. And so to those who encourage, don't give up the house, you're not going to want to do that. Yeah, I do. Every avenue says it's time to let it go. I've been in pain for a really, really long time. I've been in pain. And if I get rid of this house and I go somewhere else, that doesn't mean the pain immediately evaporates. But I do know this chapter has closed. I don't want it. My mortgage is almost $2,000 a month. It's going to go up again. I have things that need to be working on in this house. I don't have a job. I don't have employment. Do I want somebody else in here? No. Do I want somebody to be open? No. This is an illusion of, oh, you got it together. I don't. And I don't want this. And you can have it. You can have it. So the American dream to me is a lie. Because if a house was about owning it, I would own it outright after 10 years or 5 years. But I don't own it outright. And they can come seize this if it gets too late. If it nears foreclosure, they can come take this house, and it'd be like I didn't, and I still will owe them, but it would be like I didn't have this. So this is just more debt for what? An illusion for what? To me personally, they have sold us the dream that getting a house, getting, the corporate job is the way that we should be living as Americans. And I am bucking back on the system because I think it's bullshit. Really, my personal belief is that we all have come here with a gift, with a skill, a talent, with something that is naturally our own. And if we were given space to cultivate that, to listen to ourselves, listen to our intuition, to build up our self-esteem and sense of worth, then we can be able to create. But this world is capitalistic. This world is about money and greed. So you don't have the support to be that your gifted self. You don't got time to be a gifted self. You got to pay bills. You got things to do. You got family, everything like that. I am grateful. I don't have children. I don't have a man. So I don't have the extra things that other people have. I'm grateful for that. I do need to pay bills and everything like that. But if I can minimize whatever extra I got going on, I'm going to do that. Because I'd rather choose me today. And that means subtracting. That's my self-love. I'm being very selfish. Subtracting. Take away the job. Take away the house. Eventually this car gonna be gone too. I'm selling this car probably within the next 2 months. All this stuff. Take away everything in the house. Buy. Subtract. I'm a minimalist. Subtract. Get rid. Buy. Done. Thank you for your services. I am grateful. Thank you. But now let's start listening to our heart for once. Let's stop feeling like we have to conform or be anything else to try to fit in or to try to look like we got it together when we don't. So you're going to get this authentic me. And authentic me said, baby, this is too much money. And it's not worth it to me. Now, this is a different situation. If I was married, maybe I was ready to settle down. I had children. My man was the provider. He was taking the ease off of me, because what this does, this gives me stress. This keeps me in this independence. This keeps me in the struggle. It keeps me in survival. It keeps me in my masculine energy. And I want to be soft. I want to be flourishing. I want to be in my intuition. I want to be thriving spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. This house does not provide that. It gives me extra worry. You can have that. I don't need it. Anything that's messing with my mental health, it got to go. So I appreciate anybody's advice, but this is going. It's a wrap. It's a done deal. And if you want to get a house, I'm not discouraging you not to. I just say that you need to do your research. I don't think it's worth it, especially if you're a single woman. I just don't think it's worth it at all. Especially if you're somebody who wants to explore. But if you're someone that's really grounded, you want to be in one place forever, you don't want to have to shift, you don't want to have to move, maybe it's for you. But I don't need the extra. I come from women who have been in survival mode. I come from women who have mental health issues, strong mental health issues, because they have tried to take care of everybody else and themselves, and they could not do that because they did not have the tools and resources. And so each one of them have broken down in different ways, including my own mama, and I have done that as well. I'm not going to add more stress to me in any capacity. It's selfish season. I am first, and I will always be first, period. But thank you, and I will see you guys soon. And please let me know below if your stories, if you own your own house, if you're trying to think about getting your own house, why you have a house. Do you regret it? Do you embrace it? Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts.